the nature and genesis of self. So, how do we understand self? How important is yourself? So, I have my own self. You also have your own self. So, the way you understand yourself is different from the way I understand myself. So, the first topic that we'll be going to discuss is the self as source and object of action. So, I am the source, and since I am the source, I will do things that is relevant to me. So, for example, uh, people as individuals, we behave in a very different ways. We have different behaviors, we have different variety of ways toward other persons. So, for example, if I am a student, if I am a student, I have paperwork to do. So in short, I will do things to finish my assignment. So that is a very simple example of reflexive behavior. In short, if you know how to plan, if you know how to engage yourself to something that is very important to you, so in short, it is aligned to your reflexive behavior. Nga na siya kasayon, like, so kung unsa akong plano, if you know yourself, you know how to plan, you know how to observe, you know how to guide, and to respond to your own behavior. So kung nakay assignment, you will do things nga para mahuman imong assignment. Ang imong action is an example of reflexive behavior. So kung nakay exam, you have to study because that is an example of reflexive behavior. So you are the source and the object of action. That is the number one thing that we should know, that everything we do is an example of reflexive behavior. So kung masuko ka, if you're angry, so your behavior also, your reflexive behavior will also be displaying an angry behavior and aggressive behavior. So our understanding of reflexive behavior and the self is drawn from symbolic interaction theory. So symbolic interaction theory means na kung unsa imong makita, mo na imong i-follow. So for example, for the kids, like for the kids, um, whatever they see is they also follow. That is symbolic interaction theory. So kung unsa akong nakita, like kani akong nakita, so I have also to follow that because for me it is a symbol. It is a symbol of how we interact with others. So in short, by definition, the self is the individual viewed as both the source and the object of reflexive behavior. Like this one, I am sharing my knowledge. I plan to blog today. So in short, because I plan to do a short video today, so I need to act. I need to do something. I need to discuss because it is I am the source and I am the object of action. So clearly the self is both active and passive. When I say active and passive, meaning the self is the source that initiates reflexive behavior. So you are the source that initiates reflexive behavior. And passive because kita man po'y kita man po'y matagaan og reward kung unsa atong gibuhat. So for example, kani nag-vlog ko. So this is my active part. This is my active part. Ako ning gibuhat, right? Ako ning gibuhat. So the passive part is ako ning gibuhat para sa audience, para sa inyo. So at least you will get something out of this very quick discussion. And also, you can also learn from me. So I am both active and passive. So the active aspect of the self is labeled as the I. So this is I, diba? This is my active aspect of the self. And the object of self action is labeled then me. So in short, the I and the me, the I and the me. So in short, si I, ako ni. So kung unsa inyong tanaw sa ako like the audience, that is labeled as me. So lahi di I, it's a different thing. The I and the me. Si I, maoy mulihok, but si me, ang i-judge sa mga tao ang i-judge sa mga tao sa iyang palibot. So therefore, si I ug si me dapat magkasinabot sila kay si me man gud ang i-scrutinize but si I ang mulihok. So it's quite complicated, but this is for me this is really true. When you act, that is your active part aspect of the self. But when people judge you, that is your me. That is that passive aspect of yourself. So kabantay mo when people are judging us, murag maging passive ta. Pero when you do something, mura siya when you do something, people appreciate. But when you did something bad, people will judge. So that is very important to understand no nga. It is by nature, it is nga na jud nga na, naturally ang tao nga na jud. So it is useful to think of the self as an ongoing process. So the way you understand yourself is an ongoing process. So it is kinahanglan na siya nato pa. It is a long-term project. It is a lifetime project. So again, our self is a lifetime project. It is an ongoing process. So action involving the self begins with an I, with an impulse to act. So kung mulihok ta, that is our I. And the me phases continue to alternate as every new action. So si me is the object of self-scrutiny. So si I ang mulihok, and the I is the active part. He's the one acting, showing behavior, but the me is the object of self-scrutiny. So he is the object of self-scrutiny. Through this alternating phases of self, we plan, we act, we monitor our actions and evaluate outcomes. So as naturally as humans, we we act, we plan, we do actions. But the I is doing that, but the me is the object for self-scrutiny. So siya ang i-judge kung sa ato ang gibuhat. Based sa atong I, si me ang mudawat sa reward. Kung nindot atong gibuhat, if we do something good, the me is getting the reward. If we did something bad, the me is getting a punishment. So another thing that we should also remember, the nature of the self is self-differentiation. So to take the self as the object of action, so since the self is the object of action, we must meet a minimum level to be able to recognize ourselves. So we should, since we are the source, the object of action, the self is the object of action, we must better know ourselves. We must recognize ourselves deeper. So that is, we must distinguish our own faces, our bodies. So we need to know ourselves better. So since we are the object of action, so for example, for children, children must learn how to differentiate themselves. Children must know how to identify themselves, that they are unique, that they are different from others, that they are that they know that they are different from other people. So again, once you know that you are unique, that you are different from others, you also getting to know or recognize your own selves. So for example, for kids, learning one's own name is one of the earliest and most important steps in acquiring self. So it is stated here that when you were still very very young, when you learn that your name, for example, my name is this one. My name is Shaina Maria. So when you learn that that is your name, so in psychology, that's how you differentiate yourself. That you are different. You are learning. So that is one of the first important steps in acquiring a self. That you are different from your siblings. That your name is different from your siblings. Your name is different from this. So by hearing that name, so we can tell that you are different, distinct, and you have your own point of reference. So, for example, if my name is Maria, so I have my own point of reference, and my name is Maria. So, that is the start of acquiring or learning about self. So, again, a mature sense of self entails recognizing that Our thoughts and feelings are our private position. So the best way for you to get to know yourself is to know that your thoughts, the way you think, and your feelings are yours, not dictated by others. It is your private possession. So it is you. When you feel that way, when you think that way, so these are all your private positions. So again, when you will still that this distinction between self and non-self, again, when you try to differentiate yourself, it also sharpens your social experience. And you can also see that you have your own private awareness of self, that you are unique, that you are different from others, you have your own thoughts, your feelings, you're being you. So that's very important for us to acquire a sense of self. So again, in children, by age 4, when we were still 4 years old, they thought that their thinking and knowing goes inside their heads. But then again, when you ask them, "Can I see your thinking in there?" They generally answer no. Also, they can also sense that self processes are private. So meaning it is your own processes, it is your own thoughts, it is your own knowing. So it's really different for us to get to know that person really or quickly because it is private. And that's very important. That's very important for us to get to know ourselves better. So for example, also for children, when children speak, it shows that they are different from others. You can distinguish the way they speak, like when they talk, right? When they were still young, when they talk, speech to self becomes very incomprehensible. In short, we cannot understand what they're talking about. But when they get older, speech to others becomes more elaborated over time. So they follow. So when they were still young, they cannot pronounce the words correctly, but when they get older, speech to others become more elaborated over time. So they can explain what they're trying to say. They can build their own speech to others. They follow what they think is okay for them. So those are the very important thing that we should know about self. We should learn that we are different from other people. We should learn that people are have their own thoughts and processes. It's their own private positions. Should also embrace that we learn from our everyday being. We learn from our speech to self and our speech to others. Another thing that you also remember is the role taking. So this is very known like role play. So what's the importance of role play? So in my class, I want my students to do a role play. Why? Because for me, the only way for them to appreciate the beauty of teaching, the beauty of learning, or they can grasp the learning is to do it on their own, or they do role playing. So again, in social psychology, recognizing that recognizing that one is physically and mentally differentiated from others is only one step in knowing yourself, that you are physically and mentally different. So when you feel that, when you think that way, you will get to know or recognize your own being. So once we can differentiate ourselves from others, we can also recognize that each person see the world from a different perspective. So once you get to know yourselves that you are different, you can also tell yourself that everybody is different. That we have different perspective, we have different thoughts, we have different feelings, processes. So this is very important for us to acknowledge. The second crucial step in the genesis of self is role taking. Role taking meaning occupying the position of another person and viewing self and a situation from that person's perspective. In short, we try to occupy the position of another person. So role taking is crucial to the genesis of self because Through it, the child learns to respond reflexively. So they are copying. They are just taking the role of another person. So recognizing that others see them as, again, when we feel that we are different, when we feel that people are having different perspective, we also learn to appreciate that human beings really are different. We are distinct physically, mentally, and it also helps you to get to know them better, to get to know them better. So again, recognizing that others see them as object, children can become object to themselves. So again, as humans, we act towards themselves. Actually, we act because we want to be praised. We act because we want to reprimand somebody or control or regulate their own behavior. So this is very important. As parents, we also need to reprimand our children if they did something bad. Yeah, so that's role taking is one of the step in getting to know yourselves. You try to embrace another person's perspective for you to get to know that people are truly different from one another. So another is the social origins of self. So in psychology, we have this so-called self schema. So our self schema is produced in our social relationships. So every day we are dealing with people. We have our social relationships. So as we meet new people, new friends, new groups, our view of self is modified by the feedback we receive from others. So that's why when we meet people, we also receive feedback, criticisms, rejections, likes, dislikes. So our self schema is dependent on that. And this feedback sometimes is not an objective reality. So because it is their feedback. It is their criticism. So rather, we must interpret others' responses in order to figure out how we appear to them. Criticisms, feedback, likes, dislikes, comments. This feedback is still part of us, but this is not an objective reality because people can say whatever they want to say about us. So we just need to interpret that feedback in response to how we should appear to other people. And we try to incorporate others' imagined views of us into our self schema. So when people are criticizing, judging us based on what they see, we can interpret that or we can internalize that to figure out what is the best thing to do uh, to appear a good person or something, and we try to incorporate others' imagined view of the self into our own self schema. So self is changing, by the way. Self is not static; it is constantly changing. As we grow older, people change. As you grow older, you also change. So it's part of the nature of the self, the genesis of self. So again, there's another person, the name of Colley, coined the term looking glass self. Do you know the looking glass? So looking glass is the most important looking glass is when children, kung unsay nakita sa mga anak, mapuy iyang makita siyang self. That is the looking glass. So children are looking at us. Children are trying to copy us. Copy kung unsa to gibuhat. For example, for children, their looking glass is are their parents, immediate family, who else? Their friends, their playmates. So that's very important for children. So they are the child's significant others. But as we grow older, the widening circle of friends and relatives, school teachers, fellow workers provides our significant others. So when we're still young, our looking glass is our family, immediate, and playmate. As we grow older, it changes a lot because as we met new people, new friends. So I hope you are learning something from this video. I hope you get something. So this is a short of a very quick, this very long discussion. So I will cut this I will cut this na lang, but I will continue discussing about the nature and genesis of self next video discussion. So I hope you learned something today. I hope you are more interested in getting to know yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again for my next video blog. Thank you, and God bless you.